You're listening to the International Moving Podcast, your guide to moving to another country, brought to you by SDC International Shipping, LA's finest. An international move is exciting. It's a time to start over, establish a new business maybe, reestablish family ties, or retire where your budget will do more for you. Please enjoy today's episode, and if you have any questions about your international move, give us a call at 888-779-3962. That's 888-779-3962. All right, welcome back, everyone. This is Jim for SDC International Shipping. You are listening to the International Movers Podcast, your guide to living in another country. And today we're going to be talking about the world's best places to live in 2025. And of course, we'll also talk about how to move there with help from SDC International Shipping. So in today's episode, we're going to walk through 5 amazing destinations ranked for their quality of life. And I'll define what that is in just a minute. We'll also look into how you can make the move, whether you're a solo remote worker, a digital nomad family, or somebody looking for a fresh start. And of course, we'll also show you how SDC International Shipping will help you get there. Now, let me start by asking this question. Why is this such a hot topic in 2025? Because people aren't just looking to move, they're looking to thrive. They're looking to leave behind the elements that stress them out, the elements that affect the quality of life they're experiencing in a negative way, and they're looking for something better. So, we've all lived through the global health scare crisis, whatever you want to call it, of the early 2020s. We've been here through a digital work revolution, and a lot has changed. People are more mobile than ever before. I think that's something that I say at least once in every episode, if not more times. So let's break down what makes these individual places special in 2025 and why now may be the perfect time to consider your options abroad. So let's start by answering the question, what makes a great place to live? And we can start by defining quality of life, because these 5 places, these 5 destinations have been ranked as the best places in the world to live as far as quality of life goes. Now, for other people, cost of living may be number 1, and cost of living definitely fits into quality of life. For others, it may be outdoor activities or room for professional growth. All of these things factor into quality of life. But some of these things rank higher than others, and some nations rank higher than others in these areas. So when we put quality of life as number 1, then you know that some of the other things have to be closer runner-ups, because you can't get number 1 without being good in every other area. When you're number 1 in quality of life, then you know the cost of living cannot be off the charts. You know that healthcare has to be decent, safety and security, things like that. So quality of life is, more than just sunny skies and a nice temperature. For some people, it's more than, of course, good healthcare. It's a mixture of factors. So we can talk about cost of living and safety. We mentioned those. Job opportunities, healthcare access, maybe education, maybe environmental quality, maybe the all-important work-life balance. So when we talk about moving abroad, it's not just where you go, it's about how your life feels once you're there. Do you feel safe walking at night? Can your kids play freely in public parks? Are you spending hours commuting? Or are you biking to work in 10 minutes? Or are you working from home? These are the day-to-day experiences that define quality of life, or that impact quality of life. So the countries that we're talking about today consistently rank high across multiple global indexes. And from the Human Development Index in the World Happiness Report, they've made intentional investments, these countries, in things like public infrastructure, healthcare, education, and social systems. But more than the numbers, these are the places where According to all of these reports, you can build a fulfilling life, especially if you're relocating with your family. These countries offer excellent services, strong community infrastructure, cultural richness, and a deep respect for personal well-being. You'll find excellent international schools, multicultural environments, and a high level of respect for the individual's personal time. And of course, we can't leave out the digital revolution, the digital world. If you're already working remotely, these countries provide the bandwidth, the co-working spaces, and the visa pathways that support a modern mobile kind of lifestyle. So, the top 5 places to live in 2025. Let's count them down and why each country is a top pick. Let's see, should we start at number 1 or should we start at number 5? Let's start at number 5. Okay, number 5 is Luxembourg. This is a small, but as some people put it, mighty country that has one of the highest GDPs per capita in the world. Luxembourg offers excellent infrastructure, modern amenities, and strong expat network. It's incredibly clean, safe, and efficient. And you get the best of 3 cultures there, French, German, and the local Luxembourgish, I guess is what they call it here, cultures. Public transportation is free for everyone, and it's ideal for families who want access to top European cities, but without the big city stress. Luxembourg is a financial hub with low unemployment rates and a strong government support for families. So whether you're looking to grow a career or settle into a cozy, walkable town, Luxembourg offers an elite but friendly lifestyle. Number 4, the Netherlands. The Dutch lifestyle promotes balance, equality, and English is wide-spoken everywhere you go. The Dutch cities are among the most accessible and welcoming to newcomers in the world. International schools are abundant, and the healthcare system is efficient. The Netherlands is ideal for remote working families who want vibrant city life paired with access to things like beaches, bike paths, and green spaces. And let's not forget the Netherlands' impressive art, music, and innovation scenes. Whether you're a cyclist, a tech entrepreneur, or an artist, you'll find your community here. The government also supports digital nomads and freelancers through tax-friendly programs and easy residency pathways. That is number 4. Number 3, Switzerland. Switzerland boasts one of the highest standards of living in the world, and while it's more expensive than some countries, the quality you get in return is considered to be unmatched. Crystal clear air, excellent schools, world-class healthcare, and some of the most efficient public transportation in all of Europe. There is a multilingual society, which makes it easy for expats to integrate, and its central location in Europe makes weekend travel very easy. All right, number 2 is Denmark. I actually had a friend living in Denmark, and I had an open invitation to go there, and I still haven't gotten there. So I'm thinking I may have to contact my friend again. Denmark is known for its generous parental leave, short work weeks, and a commitment to work-life balance. It's also one of the cleanest and most environmentally responsible countries in the world. Families benefit from free education and healthcare. The Danish cities are famous for their bike-friendly infrastructure, and Copenhagen ranks consistently as one of the most livable cities in the world. The culture promotes something called Hygge, the art of coziness. They promote family time and contentment. Think warm lighting, shared meals, and time spent together without stress. Danish society supports this ethos in everything from education to employment policies. All right, and finally, number 1. Number 1 is Finland. Finland has topped the World Happiness Report for 8 consecutive years, and it's not hard to see why. The education system is world-renowned, focused on equity, play-based learning, and teacher autonomy. Public health care is universal and top tier. The Finns enjoy a strong social safety net, low crime rates, and a deep connection to nature. If your family loves the outdoors, adventures, and quiet, safe neighborhoods, Finland is a great choice. In Finland, children average more playtime, and the culture emphasizes trust and simplicity. It's common to see kids walking to school independently. Add to that beautiful forests, clean air, and accessible public transportation, and you've got one of the most well-rounded destinations for family life. Interesting. So those are the top 5. Again, number 1, Finland. Number 2, Denmark. Number 3, Switzerland. Number 4, the Netherlands. And number 5, Luxembourg. All right, quick story. Leah and Mark from California, they moved to the Netherlands in 2023 with their 2 kids. Mark works remotely for a U.S. tech firm, and Leah teaches English online. Their kids are thriving in a bilingual school, and the family says their weekends are filled with things like bike rides, museums, and gelato. They love how easy it is, they say, to get around by train and bike, and they found an expat parent group that shares resources on everything from schooling to insurance. Another quick story, Carlos, a retiree who left Miami for Portugal, says that the pace of life is slower, the food fresher, and the healthcare system more humane and affordable. Carlos enjoys morning walks along the Algarve cliffs and calls Portugal the second chance at happiness. Well, Portugal wasn't in the top 5. I believe they were 6 or 7. Okay, then we have the Taylors, a homeschooling family of 5 who left Colorado for Finland. They were drawn to the education system and clean air. Today, they hike forest trails weekly and say the local community welcomed them with open arms. Each of these families and individuals are examples of people that had unique reasons for moving, but the common thread was their desire for a better, healthier, and more connected way of living. Very interesting. Just quickly, I go to I guess you can call it bi-weekly dinner with a group of friends. Most of them are older than myself, and some of them are here part-time. In other words, they live outside of the U.S., some in Canada. One happened to live in Finland, and he was a salesperson for most of his career, retired, and he was talking about what life was like in Finland. I have another friend that from online living in Finland, and from personal conversations with them, and this is kind of interesting, they didn't say that they're the happiest people in the world or they felt unusually happy or anything like that. They weren't stressed out people. I didn't get that vibe from them, but I did get that it was very cold in Finland. And sometimes you just don't. I'm guessing that if you grow up in an atmosphere where everybody is generally laid back, you really don't notice the fact that you're laid back because that's normal and everyday. It's sort of like if you live in the city and you move to the country and you notice things that you never noticed before. Beautiful landscapes, forests, hiking trails, all of that. It's all new to you. It's all fresh, and it has more of an impact on you than, let's say, if you've grown up there and you've been there your entire life. So when we're talking about expats, usually we're talking about people that come from areas and climates and in places where the living is much different than what they're going to. So the fact that you're going to there from someplace else, it's kind of like it's a completely different experience. I noticed that also if you've ever lived in a vacation town or area. I grew up in one, I live in one now, where people come here to get away from the cold or get away from stress or whatever. Showing people things for the first time, let's say the museum that's right down the street from you that you've been to many times, and it's just second nature to you. It's kind of like living down the street from, a theme park or a Disney World or a world-class museum. If you've been there X number of times, it's not a big deal for you. But if you take other people there who've come from another place, another location, and they find it breathtaking, life-changing, exciting, all of those things, you kind of share in their excitement also, the fact that you're leading them through there. So, and it causes you to appreciate some of the things that maybe you take for granted. Just saying. It's kind of like, I know there's people that grew up in Florida that really appreciate cold weather climates now because they never had that. Growing up, they appreciate the snow. But now when we put all of these locations together and we look at all the different experiences people have, the fact that an area or a country can make it to the top as far as happiness goes, which country has the happiest people, and I don't know how many people take the survey, but the fact that there is a notable difference from one area to another tells you that it's not just in the mind. There are definitely things that are better in certain places than other places. And again, it depends on, what you like. I was the type of person where wherever we would go, I would like to see the historical places. I want to know the stories that went with everything. Other people, they want the entertainment. They want the food. They want the activities and all of that. So depending on what you like, some of these countries might be a better fit. You might be happier in, let's say, number 5 than number 1, even though more people voted for number 1 than number 5. Anyway, just common sense, right? So if you do have a destination in time, or if you do have a destination in mind, then it's time to make a plan, or at least see how the plan might work. And that's where having a partner, like an STC International Shipping, for example, that's where we can become a valuable partner or asset to you, even in the planning stages. So everything starts out with a plan. So if you have an idea of a certain country and you've already done probably some research, then you can consult with someone like us at STC International Shipping. You can talk to someone on the phone. You can chat with them online. There's also expat groups out there, but you know that the move itself is very much part of the overall process. Even though the move just happens that one time, all things being equal, there's still a lot of T's that have to be crossed and I's that have to be dotted. So everything starts out with a consultation. When you talk to someone at STC, they'll understand what your goals are, your timeline, and they'll help map out a relocation plan for you from the ground up. Now, right here, this is worth its weight in gold, because sometimes you don't even know the right questions to ask. And if you talk to people, let's just say in expat groups, you may not be getting the entire picture. So talk to a reputable international moving company. I, of course, suggest STC International Shipping. And because the people that work here, it's not just the move they're concerned about, but it's your experience as you go through the moving process is very important to us. Whether you're moving a few boxes or a household with 4 bedrooms, anything in between or even above, a tailored plan will be created to fit your specific needs. That way, you pay for exactly what you need, no more, no less. Packing and crating. Working with an expert mover that uses, or expert movers, I should say, using international grade packing materials is a must. And they will create detailed inventories that meet the customs requirements. This isn't something that you want to wing, or for those of you who are do-it-yourselfers, you probably already learned from experience. There's certain things that's great, do it yourself. This doesn't happen to be one of them. You want to work with people that do this each and every day. They know how to create the detailed inventory list. They know what customs are looking for, what they're not looking for. Now, if you need custom crating for delicate or valuable items, STC International Shipping will assist with that. Dismantling and reassembling furniture. Some people don't even realize, because they've never been through this kind of move, that yes, furniture has to be disassembled when it's going a long distance and then reassembled there. A long distance move is much different than just, let's say, moving across town or even just moving to another state. Next, there's the customs and the paperwork. I just talked a little bit about that in the consultation. If you're going to the UK, you need something called a transfer of residency form, or TOR as it's called. And if you go into France, you need a change of residence certificates. And so wherever you're going, you'll be working with someone who is an expert in that particular move. And that makes all the difference in the world, because you will be walked through each country's documentation. We know what's required, when it's required, and make sure that your paperwork is complete and compliant. Then there's shipping options. Do you want it fast? Well, then you're going to choose air freight. Do you want it cost effective? Then you're going to go with sea freight services, including groupage options that can save you money. All that will be explained to you. You will understand all your options clearly so you can make the best decision. And finally, insurance and storage. STC offers comprehensive insurance for peace of mind. Whether you need every single item insured to the max or one or two specific things that have extra value, either financially or sentimental value, doesn't matter. Insurance and storage options are available. Climate-controlled storage is available on both sides of the move, both here in the U.S. and wherever you're going to overseas. They're ready for when you need them. You just never know what's going to happen. Maybe your place will not be ready, or they'll fall behind schedule. Something can happen just that you didn't intend on. I think I mentioned this story once before. Somebody was moving, I think it was to somewhere in the UK, and suddenly the pipes burst at the apartment they were moving into, and the whole place got flooded. And there they were coming into customs with all of their stuff packed and supposing to be moved. It was supposed to be moved over to that apartment that day, and suddenly that's no longer an option. Well, then what happens? Do you get stuck at the port? Do you have to pay all of these storage fees? Well, no, STC already has everything in place that you may need in case of an emergency. In this case, it's a storage facility, and all your stuff would be moved into that storage facility until your apartment is ready, and then everything is moved in, reassembled, and just like it was if nothing had ever happened. But yeah, unfortunately, things happen, that are unexpected, and they've done this enough where they have all the contingencies in mind that you can probably think of that you might need at the last minute. And so if you need it, it's there for you. So whether you're sending household goods or vehicles, your favorite upright piano, grand piano, they've done it all, and they've done it with care, precision, and they've done it reliably. So the world is more open, more connected, and more accessible than ever before to everyday people. So if in the back of your mind you're thinking, I'd just rather live a healthier life, I need to have a better balance in life, there's information about destinations all over the world. Every year they take these surveys to see, what's the most affordable place to live? Where's the best place to live for certain professions? Where are the safest countries in the world? Where are their expat communities? How do you open up bank accounts? All of those things that go into international relocation, all that information is available there. So as you're gathering this, and you're getting ready to make this a reality, you want to make sure you partner with the right type of international mover. Not a middleman who's going to subcontract pieces of your move out to third-party movers, but someone that handles it all under one roof. Someone that you have an assigned specialist to you that you can connect with whenever you have any questions or concerns, and somebody that is responsive to you and to your questions and to whatever your needs happen to be. So that's exactly what you get with a company like an STC International Shipping. You have a global partner with years of experience, thousands of happy clients, and a proven system to get you there. Excuse me. So whether you're heading to Helsinki, Copenhagen, Zurich, Amsterdam, or Luxembourg, we're ready to help you move and to move with confidence. So go ahead and visit stcinternationalshipping.com to get started. Call us if you'd like at 877-339-0267. That number, once again, is 877-339-0267, and speak with a relocation specialist today. All right, I think that's a wrap. Thank you for spending some time with us here today. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Wherever you're heading, I just wish you a safe and happy journey. And that'll do it for today. This is Jim. As always, if you enjoyed the episode, share it with a friend. And I'll see you in my next episode. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Thanks for listening. Whether you're relocating within the country or moving to the other side of the world, we're here to help from start to finish. Connect with us today at 888-779-3962. That's 888-779-3962.